Okay, what is going on, everybody? What is going on? Hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to a big day. A big double streaming day, if you're not aware. 2 gameplay streams today. We've got the continuation of a game I started earlier this week, and we've got a premiere of a new game today. A highly controversial game, right? A game that, we're going to see firsthand if it's any good or not. Amidst all the controversy surrounding it. There's a ton of controversy surrounding it. We'll talk a little bit about that on pre-stream here. Okay. So welcome, everyone. Today is Thursday, November 16th, 2017. I am Darkside Phil. Welcome to today's gameplay. First of 2 gameplay streams. Okay. So what am I doing today? What's on the agenda? All right. Well, first up, we've got, ladies and gentlemen, Need For Speed Payback continuing. A lot of people have been asking me, is this game worth getting? Is it any good? And really, my answer to that is I don't know if I can be the person to answer that because typically, number one, I'm not the person who plays driving games. I'm just not. It's kind of on the, it's always, it's a genre that I don't visit frequently. In fact, it had been a 14-month run since the last time that I had actually played a driving game when I started playing Need for Speed earlier this week. Just to give you some perspective. And it's not because there were no driving games released, it's because it's not my forte. It's not something that I hone in or focus on. In fact, it's pretty much the genre that a lot of the times I purposely avoid because I'm not a car guy. I'm just not. I'm not into looking at cars. I don't think cars are sexy. I'm not into customizing cars. I've never been that kind of a person. Now, there's plenty of people who are, and I get that. It's definitely there's definitely a customer base of people out there. There is a bunch of gamers who are into driving cars and stuff, right? So, that's perfectly fine. But for me, it's not the case, all right? Now, with Need For Speed Payback, it's kind of a hybrid game. It's open world, driving around. Similar to, say, what I played, the last driving game I played, Forza Horizon 3. Was kind of the same deal. It was this big open world map. You drive around it. You do objectives. You do races. There's speed traps. There's speed, you have to maintain speed for a certain amount of time during a stretch of drive. In fact, I'll even go as far to say the game is incredibly similar to Forza Horizon 3. Now, I don't know if that's intentional or not. I know it's not the same dev team that made both games, but the fact that it has so many similarities to Forza Horizon 3 leads me to believe that maybe this is the Need for Speed game that's trying to compete directly with the Forza Horizon franchise. I'm not sure, but it sure as heck seems like it to me. Okay. Is there anything that's blowing me away that's absolutely amazing about the game? Not really. At the same time, is the game bad? Not really. It's just kind of a driving game, you know. Today what I got to do is I got to keep doing this quest line involving basically breaking the law, being a wheelman for crimes and stuff like that. And that's going to hopefully earn me enough money to buy a new type of vehicle. I either need a drifting or a drag vehicle in order to participate in the drifting and drag circuits in the game. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to do that today. Complete that one quest line, get enough money, buy the car, and start the new racing styles. And hopefully we'll have enough, to hold everyone over today, with the 3 to 3.5 hours of gameplay I'll be doing. All right, we'll see how it goes. Now, later tonight, folks, we got a big premiere stream. And quite frankly, folks, this is pretty much going to be the final premiere stream of 2017. Okay, I've done tons of them. If you guys remember, I did, just going back a little bit here, I did a premiere stream for Sonic Forces. Right? I did premiere streams for all the big releases, including South Park: The Fractured But Whole, Evil Within 2, Shadow of Mordor, and Wolfenstein 2, which actually ended up being a premiere stream for that. And then the next day I played 2 different games, and then also Call of Duty World War II. So I did a lot of premiere streams this year, which is actually a good thing. That was something that I had fallen out of. It used to be a big event where I would do either a premiere stream or a, release night gameplay, and I would release that. I would go in and release that, and you know, real quick, right after the game released, that night of release night, I would have a big batch of videos uploaded. And then over the past couple of years, I kind of fell out of doing it, only because, I'll be honest, because you know, in my previous relationship here, it wasn't working out. It was adding to frustration that I was up so late gaming, super late at night, when that was normally the time that I would be spending with my ex-girlfriend and stuff like that. So I kind of made some concessions and fell out of the practice of doing it, and because of that, I know a lot of people just weren't expecting me to even do the streams anymore, or wasn't a lot of hype around them, because people were like, what's this, you know? It's one thing if it's a cool practice you do for a long time, but I stopped doing it for like almost 2 years. I wasn't doing these premiere streams. But now that I'm back to, you know, being single and having control of all of my schedule and everything again, I decided I wanted to reinstitute it this year. So I hope that you enjoyed them. I really do. I hope that you've enjoyed all these premiere night streams that I did this year. But this will be the last one, all right? Because really, honestly, after today, the only other game releases coming out in 2017, at least confirmed, because there are a few, like, for example, there's rumors there'll be the first South Park, the Fractured Butthole DLC will come out and stuff like that. But that's not confirmed. We don't have confirmed release dates for that stuff as of yet. But what we absolutely do have confirmed, and that I'm interested in playing, is the 2 DLCs for Resident Evil 7. One's supposed to be based around Chris Redfield, and the other's supposed to be just a completely different kind of DLC. All right. And then there's Okami HD, an HD remake of a game that a lot of people hold as a cult classic. I've never played it. All right. And PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is releasing on the Xbox One. All that stuff is happening mid-December. So all that stuff's great, but none of that really holds, like, interest that it would be a premiere stream. You know what I mean? I don't think any of those are going to amount to being long narrative-style playthroughs where you want to see me start a playthrough up on release night or anything like that. So this is pretty much it tonight, is the big final premiere stream of the year, all right? The game is Star Wars Battlefront 2, folks. Oh, boy. And let's be honest here, all right? Let's be honest, everybody. Tons of controversy around this game. Some people, for some reason, are surprised I'm playing this game. I don't know why you would be surprised. I cover all the big new releases. Even if they're not good, I usually still cover them, all right? Especially if they hold interest for me. And for me, I do like Star Wars. I do like action-based shooters, right? I was actually a fan of the Star Wars Battlefront franchise before it was rebooted a couple years ago. And I used to play Battlefront 1 and 2. I played on PC and loved both games. So that being said, it makes sense that I'm covering this game. Now, what is the controversy surrounding Star Wars Battlefront 2? Let's talk, because there's a couple of them, all right? I guess you could really say the ultimate controversy surrounding the game is the loot box system. That instead of having a progressive unlock system in the game like a lot of these games have, I mean, think Call of Duty. The more you play with certain weapons and certain classes, you unlock more abilities and things for those weapons and classes, and then subsequently you also are able to unlock further weapons and classes, okay? In Star Wars Battlefront 2, the way it works is all based around random loot boxes. You gotta earn credits in-game by playing the game and then open loot boxes, which may or may not have good stuff in them. It may have shit that you don't need or duplicates, which just amounts to more credits, but apparently from what people are saying, all right, the game is pretty frustrating in regards to if you're such a super fan of Star Wars and you want to get everything in the game. Someone did the math and said that it could take like 4,000 hours of playing the game to get every single piece of anything in the game. All right. Now, I don't know if that's correct. Keep in mind, this is an initial calculation, and maybe it's just a possible calculation. Maybe if you have good luck with the loot boxes, you can actually get everything right away. You know what I mean? But I guess it really depends. It's the average. That would probably, I guess, be considered the average. Okay? Now, apparently, you can buy everything in the game, too. You could spend money on the loot boxes as well. All right? Problem there being, if you want to get something specific, like let's say you want to get Darth Vader or Luke Skywalker, okay? Apparently, it could be incredibly pricey. It's basically the way that this game has been set up. All right. If you want to play the game and just have fun with it, you can. But if you're a collector and you want every item that's available in the game, all right, you will be either spending an incredible amount of time playing it, or you'll be spending a lot of money, a la the same formula of a mobile game. Now, mobile games do exactly the same thing. I'll give you an example. I play a game called Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. All right. Now, you could just play the game, and just playing the game normally, you earn stuff in game. You'll earn collectible items that could heal your characters. You'll earn character cards that could join your team. But if you are a free player, chances are you're probably going to have a crappy team. All right. It's that simple. If you just play for free without spending any money whatsoever, you're going to end up with a very low chance of ever getting any of the best characters or cards in the game. That's how the game is set up. Now, if you spend money to buy the in-game currency, which are crystals or whatever, you could use these crystals to do what's called a Dokkan summon, where you will summon a pack of 10 characters, and you have a random chance of getting a great one, which will then be able to join your team, and basically, you know, you'll be much more powerful. It's basically the same exact thing with Star Wars. It's kind of chance. They've left it to chance. Now, this could become gambling. And for people with addictive personalities, this could be a huge issue. Because if you really want Luke, or you really want Darth Vader, right? Chances are you're going to keep spending money, spend money, spend money. It's like rolling the dice and hoping that you hit that good roll on a craps table to get what you want. But it requires either time investment or a ton of money investment. And a lot of people have issue with this, you know. How many games this year have had loot boxes? We're seeing in every AAA franchise is getting this new loot box system, because these game developers have realized it's a giant revenue stream for them over time, rather than just stick $60 at retail and that's it, right? So, that being said, I totally understand the problem here. Now, here's the difference between a mobile game and Star Wars Battlefront 2 or any of these other AAA releases. A mobile game's free. I could download Dokkan Battle right now for free. I don't have to spend anything. I can start playing it immediately. And they'll give me free in-game currency. Like I said, you'll earn characters just by playing it for free. It is a lot of fun to play just for free. Now, you'll be very limited with what you can do with the game if you don't spend money. But playing for free is fun, okay? Just to play Star Wars Battlefront 2, you have to buy it. So you're already spending $60, all right, up front. You've already purchased the game. So why are you now spending additional money to unlock things that you should already own? And that's where the controversy comes in when it's in a retail game situation. It would be one thing if it was a free game, right? Oh, download Star Wars Battlefront 2 for free and only play this really limited experience unless you spend money. That would make more sense. But the fact that they're double charging you, basically, and the fact that you have no control over what you get, that's the other thing. It would be one thing if, like, you spend $60 and then they're like, okay, well, if you spend another $60, you're guaranteed you get every character in the game and all the weapons. No, it's still gambling. You're still gambling. So it's pretty crazy that is the situation with this game, all right? Now, here's the thing. For me, spending $60 on Star Wars Battlefront 2 isn't a huge controversial thing, and here's why. Number one, I'm in it. Number one, I want to experience the campaign. Star Wars Battlefront 1 didn't have one, and that was a major source of controversy surrounding Star Wars Battlefront 1. Everybody criticized the game and said, why is it that when this series used to exist, right, the initial 2 games, there was always an awesome story, and you took that out of the game to sell just a multiplayer-only game? That's unacceptable. And people basically said, we don't feel that the amount of content that's available in Star Wars Battlefront 1, right, as a multiplayer-only game is worth $60. Maybe it should have been a $30 game, right? Very possible, all right? I kind of agree with that. I'm not saying the game was bad. I'm saying the game didn't have enough content for $60. It just didn't. You play it a couple times, you've seen everything, and now you're like, what am I still doing, right? So I had to agree there. I think that it was overpriced and under-delivered. So this time around, they've got a story-based campaign, and that's actually, I believe, tonight, what I think I'll be focusing on is I may do like 2 hours of the story, only because I know what's going to happen once those servers go live for the public. they're, you know, boom, they're going to get hammered. Everyone's going to try to play this game at once. Seriously. There would just be an explosion of, you know, people on the servers. This is exactly what happened with Call of Duty 2 weeks ago. The servers got hammered. They went down. No one could play multiplayer launch night. Now, it may not happen, but I'd rather not take that chance. I think I am going to focus in on the story tonight. All right, so that way I can get 2 hours of story in on the game. I don't think that'll be a big deal. And then tomorrow, I will focus on the multiplayer. All right, tomorrow my main stream will be me trying to play the multiplayer of this game to see exactly what it is. I'll be honest, I played the beta, and the aerial combat, the dog fights in the vehicles, it was all right. It wasn't amazing. It was all right. The ground-based combat, I honestly didn't like that much. There was only one class that I played that I even had fun with. So I don't know, you know, exactly how much will be available in the full retail game, how many maps are available, what game modes, how many classes, I don't know. But I guess we're going to see, right? We're going to see once I finally jump into the main game. Now, there's another thing, all right? There's another reason why this game has gotten controversy. Although, for me, I think this is more controversial than the loot boxes. Because, for me, I'm not necessarily a collector. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to buy this game. I'm going to play it all weekend. Maybe I'll play it on and off in the future. But for me, it's just play the new game, experience it, and that's it. A lot of people don't do that. They want to buy a game and they want to keep playing it. They want to get a ton of money's quality of content. You know, get your money's worth out of the game. For me, that's not exactly the hugest issue. For me, I just want to play through the story, and I want to do some of the multiplayer. I don't care about unlocking every character, all right? So for me, the controversy ain't so big. For me, though, there was another practice that happened this week, all right? If you spent $20 extra, so instead of buying it... Oh, my God, excuse me. Instead of... Oh, my God, excuse me. Instead of... Wow, I can't stop burping. I'm going to get this sentence out, I swear. I'm going to try it again here. Ready? If you spend an extra $20 this week on the game, all right? So instead of buying it for $59.99, if you spent $79.99, an extra $20, you could have played the game a few days early. In fact, people have been playing this game all week who spent all that money. Now, here's the thing. I looked into it. Really, that's all you get. I was looking into it, and I was like, oh, this is the collector's edition, so you're going to get future DLCs, and you're going to get extra characters and everything, right? No. Apparently, really, the only major benefit that you got for spending the extra $20 was to play the game 3 days early. So some people have been playing this game all week and streaming it all week, and people were like, Phil, why aren't you streaming it? That's why. I'm not spending $20 just to play this game 3 days early. That's insane. It would be one thing if this was like a ginormous, overhyped AAA release that everyone wants to see me play right away. Imagine if I could play, I don't know, South Park. If I could have played South Park, The Fractured But Whole 3 days early, maybe I would have paid a little bit of extra money. $20 I still think is way too fucking much. That's an insane premium. 1/3 of the base cost of the game to play it a couple days early is ridiculous to me. All right. So, I don't know. Some people thought that it was worth it, and they dropped $20, and they've been playing it all week, and they've been criticizing the game too, saying apparently the game's buggy. It's not, it has issues. It doesn't seem solid. I don't know. I guess we're going to see. Firsthand. That's why this game is so controversial. So let's think about this. Number one, loot boxes to get all the stuff in the game. Number two, in order to get all the stuff in the game, it could take thousands of hours of gameplay or thousands of dollars of investment, right? Number three, charging $20 to play the game early. And number four, the game is buggy. I think I can understand, all right? I think I can understand why some people are a little bit up in arms about this game, all right? But that's why I'm excited about this weekend. I'm going to be playing it tonight. I'm going to be playing it all day Friday and all day Saturday. So I've got 2.5 days where I'm going to be focused just on this, okay? I'm going to be focused just on Battlefront 2, and I'm excited to see what happens. If the game sucks, it sucks. I'm not going to pull any punches. If the game is terrible, I'm going to tell you, Battlefront 1, sadly, degraded. When I first started playing it, it was fun, and then after about 2 sessions, it got boring as shit, because there was nothing else to do in the game. It wasn't that good. So, I guess we'll see what happens with the coverage of this game this weekend, all right? Sound good? I'm pretty, for me, I'm happy that I get to cover this stuff for you and give you my honest opinion. I cover the good or bad, so. All right, folks. So there you go. That's tonight. It's today, Need for Speed Payback. Tonight, Star Wars Battlefront 2. And then Battlefront 2 for the next 2 days, a mix of campaign and multiplayer. The next day that I'm not playing Battlefront 2 would potentially be Sunday. And what I mean by that is I may still play it if I'm still interested in the game and I'm having fun with it. Or I may just, go to something else. Maybe I'll go back to Need for Speed. Maybe I'll go back to Mario or Assassin's Creed Origins. I'm not sure because I got 3 games running here that I'm going to be playing, right? So we'll see what happens with that. And we'll go from there, all right? And then this week, I'll be juggling those 3 games. Keep in mind, this week in the United States, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not aware, coming up this next week will be Thanksgiving, our big holiday, which really isn't a holiday anymore because everyone ends up working on Thanksgiving, which makes no sense. A national holiday, everyone used to have it off. Now everyone works. It's ridiculous. Just throwing this out there that on Thanksgiving, I will be doing a special edition of the Hate Live podcast. It will return. I haven't done a Hate Live since the summer, and it'll be coming back. It's going to be a really fun edition of Hate Live where, number 1, it's going to be the big fall gaming rundown. If you haven't noticed, okay, if you haven't noticed, I haven't done any formal game reviews at all because I've been so busy with so much gameplay of all these new games, right? So basically, if you are interested in knowing my true thoughts about any of the games that I've played during this hardcore gaming season, there's going to be a big segment on Hate Live dedicated solely to talking about all the new releases that I've played since the summer and giving you my thought. It's basically going to be a review segment where I just run down my thoughts on every single game that I've played. All right? That's number 1. Number 2, there'll be segments on Thanksgiving talking about things that I'm thankful for this year. And stuff like that. I'd like to get your Thanksgiving stories and traditions and stuff. I'd like to hear from you because it'll be a more interactive style stream where I'll be able to talk to you guys in the stream chat back and forth, which is awesome that I can do that now on Hate Live, right? In addition to all of that, there'll be current events. I'll be covering news stories and the like. Boy, do we have a lot of news to talk about. I mean, all these sexual assault allegations coming out of Hollywood and everywhere, right? Politics and, it's crazy what has happened to canceling of entire shows and stuff. Pretty nuts, right? We've got pop culture stuff to talk about. I'm sure everyone's going to be buzzing about Justice League since it releases now. Everyone's going to be talking about it. So, there's going to be a lot to talk about. It's a good time to do a podcast. It really is. There's going to be tons to cover this coming week. I'm looking forward to it. I hope that you are too. Okay. So that'll be coming, a 1 week from today, actually, folks. Exactly 1 week from today will be the Hate Live Thanksgiving Day podcast, all right? And I will still be doing gameplay later in the day. That night, I'll be doing gameplay. But during the day, I figure this is a fun thing to do. Something different, right? So if you have time on Thanksgiving Day to come join me for the podcast, I hope you will. All right, so that's really, for the month of November, for the second half of this month, moving forward, what you're going to see is me covering these 3 new releases that I'm playing now, plus Battlefront 2. If and when I wrap up any of these new releases, I'll be going back to the stuff that I missed. So, for example, I've got 4 episodic games, or 4 episodes, I should say, of episodic games to play that eventually I'm going to get to. I've got Horizon Zero Dawn: The Frozen Wilds that eventually I'm going to get to. I've got a lot of stuff to get to, okay? Plus, keep in mind, I'm still backlogged with Yakuza Kiwami. I've got a lot to do before I take my time off in early December, which I'll talk about more as we get closer to it, but it is coming up, okay? A little bit over 2 weeks, I believe. I think it's going to be early December, like I said, or maybe around December 5th or 6th. I'm going to take some time off to do holiday-themed stuff around here and go from there, all right? Okay. All right, now let's talk about a few other things, folks. Because I've got a lot of good stuff to talk about. First of all, if you haven't been around the past few days, you missed the good news. But we have hit the patron funding goal for this month of November already, only halfway through the month. However, there's an asterisk. That's if all of the current pledges of people who have ongoing pledges do actually clear on December 1st, all right? Now, the good news is I haven't had a lot of declined pledges recently. The ones that I do have don't amount to a lot. So that's good news, right? It means that more than likely we're hitting the goal. But the reason this is good news is, number one, it means there's an incredibly likely chance we're doing the holiday marathon, the holiday gaming marathon. In fact, I would basically be very, very, very surprised if so many pledges get reduced or declined that we don't hit the funding goal this month, all right? Number two, what that means is that if you're interested in participating in that holiday marathon, if you want to nominate and vote on Christmas-themed video games for me to play during this marathon, if you pledge $5 or more, you're pretty much guaranteed it's going to happen. All right? Other months, it's been uncertain. When we're behind on the goal and we don't know if we're going to hit it, it's uncertain if you pledge if it's going to happen or not. This month, it's pretty much a lock. So please consider pledging by the end of the month $5 or more to my Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil. This event is going to run in late December, right before Christmas. It'll be a couple days before Christmas. A 7+ hour marathon where I'm going to be dressing up in an ugly Christmas sweater or two. And I'll be drinking. I'm going to probably have some kind of alcoholic eggnog and or some other stuff to drink over the course of the stream. I'm not going to be drinking for 7 hours straight, but I will be having a drink from time to time, okay, while I play these bad Christmas games. So it should be pretty fun. All right? It should be pretty fun. I've never done anything like this before, ever. I've never done, number one, I've never done a Christmas-themed marathon, ever. Number two, I've never done anything where it was actually part of the kind of event that I was drinking. All right? So this will be pretty fun. I'm really excited for this. I hope you're excited for it, too. Keep in mind, that's only one of 3 Christmas events I'm going to be doing. I'm also going to be doing a holiday-themed edition of Ask the King, my bi-monthly Q&A show. That's going to take place right before Christmas. And then I'll also be doing WWE 2K18 Christmas Sims, as well as some kind of an IRL stream where I talk with you guys on Christmas, similar to how I did last year. So there's a lot of holiday-themed stuff coming up, okay? A lot of good stuff to talk about. All right. Very nice. Okay, so that's that. Number 2. This is something cool to talk about today, folks. Teespring. As you know, there's a new line of Teespring product that's on your screen right now. New designs, all designed by Dean Jones, a viewer and fan of mine. Ladies and gentlemen, today I am wearing a new Teespring sweatshirt, and I will show this to you in just a moment here. Never mind my incredibly puffed up hair here, because I showered right before I went to sleep last night, and then my hair, I slept on it, and now, whoa, right? But here it is, look. The King of Retro, ladies and gentlemen. And please keep in mind, this is a webcam. Obviously, I took a picture of this last night wearing it. This is the sweatshirt from Teespring. It's nice, high quality, soft. It fits me perfectly. This is a large, and the large fits me. And, you know, I'm a big guy, so extra large is probably ginormous, I would assume. But yeah, you can get this sweatshirt right now on my Teespring shop, okay? Along with a lot of other stuff. You got to check it out at my Teespring store. Here, I'll go back to the plugs here. Yeah, check it out at the Teespring store. High quality stuff, and by the way, reasonable prices. You know, Teespring suggested I sell a sweatshirt for $35. I said, are you out of your mind? Are you absolutely out of your mind? There's no way I'm going to be $35 sweatshirt. No one's going to buy that. I think the sweatshirt's like $25 or something like that. So give it a look. Check this stuff out. See for yourself if it's anything you'd be interested in. Keep in mind the holidays are right around the corner. I mean, hint, hint, Christmas, right? If you want to get it as a gift for someone or whatever. But I will warn you, I will forewarn you, if you are thinking of getting something as a Christmas present for someone, all right, you must order soon. And what I mean by that is Teespring has significant lead time, all right? It does. Teespring has basically a week that takes to print whatever you order, because it's custom made to order. It's not pre-made and sitting in a warehouse. And then they got to ship it to you. So we're talking at least 2 weeks lead time, if not longer. All right. So yeah. Be sure that you order enough, about 2 to 3 weeks ahead of Christmas, if you want to get something for Christmas, in time for Christmas. All right. Just throwing that out there. Unless you want to pay for rush shipping, like this sweatshirt. Incidentally, I did pay extra to rush it because I wanted to show you. I wanted to wear it on streams and show it off for you guys. But it cost extra money to do that, all right? FYI, okay? All right. So there you go. Teespring stuff. By the way, anything you buy from my Teespring, I get a pretty sizable commission, and I'm very appreciative of anyone who does buy something from a Teespring so that it helps me out, okay? All right, last but not least, folks, if you're here live on the stream today watching Need for Speed, all right? And you are enjoying the stream, and you like what I'm doing, and you want to see it continue, right? You want to support and do whatever you can to help out, because keep in mind, this live streaming is really the reason I'm still here. I love doing these more interactive live streams every day with you guys. You could cheer, sub, or tip. Anything that you do, I'm very appreciative of, and I will be giving you a shout-out for doing. If you cheer 50 bits or more, if you sub to the channel and click the share button afterward, or if you tip me $2 or more, you'll be getting an on-screen notification as well as a thank you for doing that. Also, FYI, available now is the ability to gift subscriptions. If you weren't aware of this, you can actually buy a sub for someone else and gift it to them. This is a new thing they just implemented on Twitch. Perfect timing for the holiday season. If you've got a friend or someone who's a fellow viewer and you want to gift them a sub, you can now do so. All right? Sounds good. All right. So let's actually go ahead and do some shout outs. For everyone who's been cheering here on the pre-stream. Hold on, I'm going to go all the way down. I do know that Game Master 2003 is dead did do an overnight cheer, so thank you to Game Master for that. I appreciate that. JMark137 subscribed to the channel. Thank you, JMark, for the sub. That Anana Bear did a 10-bit cheer. He says, speaking of games to stream coming up, Night in the Woods is getting a free content update. He really wants to see me play Night in the Woods. I might eventually. We'll see. Shout out to Baby Vampire Thug, who did a 10-bit cheer. Thank you, Baby Vampire. Shout out to Tantamounter, who did a 100-bit cheer. Thank you, Tantamounter. That Anana Bear did another 10-bit cheer. And he says, WWE 2K18 had the same practice with pre-ordering at a higher price for early access. That is ridiculous. Ornites did a 10-bit cheer. He says, a 57-year-old manga artist has married a 20-year-old model. All the while he had a fiance and is now getting flack for it. Your thoughts? I don't really think I should comment on the situation. I don't know anything about it besides what you've just told me. Obviously, what you've just told me frames it in a very negative light, right? But it doesn't necessarily mean that's the whole situation. I don't know anything about it. I'm not going to comment. There you go. There you go. Baby Vampire Thug did a 10-bit cheer and says, my girlfriend thought Thanksgiving was on a Saturday. Thanksgiving is never on a Saturday. At least in the United States, it's always held on the final Thursday of the month in November. That is the date of Thanksgiving every single year. Shout out to that Anana Bear who did another 10-bit cheer, and he says, what liquor are you planning on drinking for the marathon? Well, like I said, I think I'm going to get some kind of eggnog. I don't know if I'm just going to get regular eggnog and then spike it myself with like some rum or whiskey. Now, what do you put in eggnog? Whiskey? See, I don't even know. I got to look it up. I honestly don't know. I've never had alcoholic eggnog, so I don't know what goes in it. And maybe what I'll do is I'll look up a recipe for it, and I'll make it myself or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. Or, you know, I might get something that I can sip slowly over the course of the stream. Some people have suggested I get wine because I've mentioned on streams recently, I've never been a wine drinker. I don't know too much about it. So maybe I could try a couple wines or something like that. Or, you know, some people have suggested brandy or something that I could get in one of those sifting glasses, you know. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. I'm going to think about it. When we get closer to the event, I'll start to look into it. I'm sure you guys are going to have suggestions. Okay? That Nana Bear just said peppermint schnapps and eggnog is perfect. There you go. I've had peppermint schnapps before. So you spike the eggnog with peppermint schnapps and mix it up. It could work. I don't know. We'll see. Be sure to send me your suggestions, and let me know as we get closer to the event. I'll probably, probably maybe the week before, I'll run out and I'll see what's available locally here, and I'll maybe grab a couple things. All right. Of course, liquor is incredibly expensive in Washington State. You may not be aware of this. Liquor is one of the highest taxed things in this state. So I'll give you an example. If I went out and I bought an El Cheapo handle of liquor, like vodka, it'll probably cost me like $9 to $10, El Cheapo. But the tax on that will be like $6. So I'll end up paying almost $20 for like the cheapest vodka. I'm not even exaggerating. That's the case here. That's why there's no state income tax, because they have high taxes on a lot of like luxury items, cigarettes, alcohol, etc. So, okay. Hold on, I'm trying to go down here. Ornites actually did a 10-bit cheer and suggested that I try wine for the upcoming stream. There you go. Actually, what I just said. Orcs or Dorks did a 50-bit cheer and says, I'm sorry if I'm derailing the chat, but I think I'm getting troll phone calls. I want some advice. Should I block them or report it? There's really nothing you could do reporting it. All you could do is, like, I think there is a reporting line if there's, like, malicious phone callers or whatever, but just block the numbers. Right? Almost every phone, especially cell phones, you can block numbers. I don't know about your landline phone. I think some landline phones, depending on what model, you could do it. Like, if it has a built-in answering machine, a lot of them have the ability to just block stuff. Some don't. But most people use cell phones. Just block the number, dude. Just block it. Shout out to Thelonious Chronicus, who did a 35-bit cheer and says, Phil touched me in more ways than one. Well, there you go. Or Knights did another 10-bit cheer. He says, please allow coma symbols in chat. I can't add 7 dots for silence without Nightbot timing me out. You don't need 7 dots. You don't need 7 dots. 3 dots is enough. Dan Nonabeer did a 10-bit cheer. He says, peppermint schnapps and eggnog. Okay. Baby Vampire Thug did a 50-bit cheer. He says, would you ever consider doing every $10 or $20 take a shot stream? No, because I'd be dead. What if I got, just think of it this way. What if I got a bunch of $20 tips, 5 or 6 of them, now I got to take 6 shots? I'll be dead. No, I'm not doing that. That's crazy. YOLO Domper did a 10-bit cheer and says, doesn't eggnog with alcohol make you fall asleep fast? I have no idea. I would think any liquor, for some people, makes you drop. Some people react differently to liquor. Some people get angry. Some people just get stupid. Some people get horny. Some people get sleepy. Everyone reacts differently to alcohol. So if you're a sleepy drunk, then yeah, you'll probably pass out. I'm usually not a sleepy drunk. Unless I drank way too much. Oh my God, excuse me. Or Knights did another 10-bit cheer and says, may I suggest something that kicks you in the mouth like moonshine? I'm not drinking moonshine. As I said, for this event, I need to drink something that I can drink slowly over time. Okay? Also, keep in mind, it's supposed to be a 6 to 7 hour gameplay event. I can't get sloshed in the first hour and then, not be able to play any games or nothing for the rest of the event. So I have to pace myself. It has to be like a slow drinking over time. So maybe what I'll do is I'll start off with 1 drink, finish it, and then play games for 2 hours, and then maybe get another drink. You know what I mean? Pace myself. So we'll see. And then Awojo did 2 10-bit cheers. Thank you, Awojo. Very nice. Thank you, everyone, for your cheering early on here. Appreciate that. All right, I think it's time. Right? I think it's time for us to start with Need for Speed Payback. I thank you all for your cheers. Oh, Orcs or Dorks did another 50-bit cheer. Is smoke weed instead of drinking. I've already told everyone why I'm not smoking. Okay, I do not like smoking at all in any way, shape, or form. Not a good idea. Okay. That's it, folks. Let's end the pre-stream. Let's get started with gameplay. Sound good? All right. Thanks, everybody. Let's get started.